All right, here we go. Unit 5, Ecology, DCA. Remember, you can rewind this if you need to rewind it because there's a lot to listen to. Number 1, the freshwater marsh is a wetland ecosystem with a lot of plant and animal life. Some of the organisms that live in the marsh are shown in the food web below. So look at the food web. Which two types of organisms would have a predator-prey relationship in this freshwater marsh? Is it A, the snail and the sunfish, B, the alligator raccoon, C, the algae and the turtle, D, the mountain lion and the alligator? Look at your food web. Question 2. How is the creation of artificial reefs by humans modified ocean systems? Is it A, they pollute marine life habitats, making it so native organisms can't live there? B, they increase the dissolved oxygen levels, causing an increase in fish populations. C, they disrupt the local ecosystem, causing a decrease in fish populations. D, they replace lost habitat for marine life, providing the necessary abiotic factor. Question 3. The diagram below shows the feeding relationships between the populations of organisms in an area. Look at the food web. Using only the relationships between the organisms in the diagram, which of the following populations of organisms could be affected if the number of frogs change? A, only the frog population could be affected. B, only the populations of plants, beetles, and bears would be affected. C, only the populations of beetles, hawks, bears, and owls could be affected. D, the population of all the organisms shown in the diagram could be affected. Question 4. Green beetles and brown beetles both populate a Texas grassland ecosystem. The grass in this ecosystem changes from the green in the spring and summer to brown in the fall and winter. The table below describes the average population of each during the season. So look at the data table. Which statement describes the most likely explanation for the shift in population? A, brown beetles escape predators in the fall because the grass is brown. B, brown beetles only reproduce during the daylight hours, unlike green beetles. C, green beetles cannot reproduce as quickly as brown beetles. D, green beetles cannot survive in cool weather. Question 6. The graph below displays the population of two species of fish in a section of a stream as the temperature of the water changes. Both trout and carp eat the same insects, minnows and crayfish. When the temperature of this section of the stream changes, fish may leave or enter it. So look at the data in this graph. Which of the following conclusions is best supported by the data shown in the graph? A, the two species of fish do not compete for the same resources in the stream. B, the populations of both trout, carp continue to increase as the temperature increases. C, the trout and carp will compete for the resources when the stream is between 6 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. D, the two species of fish depend on each other in order to survive. Next question. Question 6. Farmers in a particular area have increased the use of fertilizer on farms. Extra fertilizer runs off the farms into the rivers and out into the oceans. Which of the following would be a likely outcome of this? A, animals will use the fertilizer to grow. B, fish will reproduce more quickly. C, coral reefs grow faster. D, algae will grow, causing algae blooms. Question 7. An area of a temperate rainforest is cleared of all trees by loggers and then abandoned for many years. The diagram below shows the rainforest community undergoing secondary succession. As more trees grow, fewer shrubs and grasses are able to grow. So look at the diagram. What abiotic or biotic factor is most likely limiting the growth of the shrubs and the grasses in this community? A, water. B, light. C, insects. D, soil. Some students are studying the relationship between the organisms in a marine food web. So look at the food web. How many organisms in the food web get their energy from only producers? So the key word is only producers. Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Make sure you use the correct place value. So circle the different organisms that only get their energy from producers and write that number out to the side. Scientists have been studying various species of brown frog that live on the Greek islands. The frogs are very similar in appearance. One species of brown frog spread to the islands over 5 million years ago when the basin of them was dry. The basin reflooded and the frogs became separated by seawater. Today, different species of these frogs live on different islands. The species of the frogs are very similar but have unique characteristics such as differences in body size, size of their pads on their feet, and coloring. Which of the following best explains the differences? A, the larger frog species originated from the different types of frogs than the smaller. The frogs grew larger pads to hold on to the trees and changed color to blend in. They passed these changes down to their offspring. Frogs born with differences that were advantageous on the island they inhabited survived to pass these characteristics to their offspring. D, variations in the size and the coloring of the frogs makes them more attractive to the tourists visiting the islands. Question 10. Which of the following correctly describes a parasite-host relationship? A species of shrimp shares its home with the gobby fish that warns the shrimp of predators. B, a mite hatches a ride on the back of the dung beetle without hurting the beetle. C, a mistletoe is a plant that attaches to a tree or bush and absorbs the nutrients from it. D, a wolf catches and eats a rabbit, providing the wolf with the energy and nutrients. Check over your answers and then raise your hand so that you can answer these on your online document.